Hi everyone, this is Shingi, CEO and co-founder of Asoba, and in this video, walking through the eSUMS platform jointly delivered by LTM Energy and Asoba, we're going to talk about how operations and maintenance managers and O&M teams can use the asset performance module within eSUMS to effectively manage, monitor, and perform preventative maintenance for their renewable assets. So jumping into the Asset Performance Hub, you'll see from the first screen the performance dashboard, which gives you a snapshot of your entire site or entire fleet. In this particular case, it's just one site that has 7 inverters within or connected within the facility. So your first view, you'll see the performance dashboard that has your snapshot, has the breakdown of the assets. You can actually drill down to some of these individual assets, and the status column will give you some indicator or clue of what potential issues have been flagged by the anomaly detection that's constantly running in the background. So in this particular case, we have 3 inverters that are non-OK status, one in particular that is showing an active fault. So looking at this particular one, you can click and drill down and see the current readings, current temperature, what the specific errors or issues are. And then you can also see some of the recent events in terms of the anomaly detection and different phases of diagnostics that have been run that might surface some of the issues that have arrived. Now, additionally, what you can do from the standpoint of anomaly detection is with this asset, if you jump into the maintenance section, you also see active alerts. And these are the same 3 inverters that we saw on the prior screen, the 2 that had warn status and 1 that had an active fault. And we can see that the same inverter, number 5, the one that had the active fault, is also flagged as a severe active alert, availability loss, and then the proximate root cause that will trigger further investigation. But what's also useful about this particular screen is that you can now also either add the recommended actions to an existing plan or to create a brand new plan to add these actions to. Either way, this will then filter you into the schedule and plan section where you can see a Kanban board that has all of the active maintenance plans that are either en route, or in progress, approved, pending, or completed in the past. And this is your way of both creating maintenance plans based on anomaly detection or issues that have been surfaced and recommendations that have been provided. But it's also your way of managing this over time as you execute on the various items that are built into the issue. Now, you're not limited to the suggestions from our system. You can also manually create maintenance plans by identifying and putting together the bill of materials in terms of the items that are necessary for that plan, and then creating a maintenance plan from that. Either way, whichever way you create them, either taking an alert and creating a plan from that or building your own, it will all surface in the schedule and plan section for you to manage. From a generation perspective, you're also able to then capture all of the real-time data that's being pulled in. We do calculations in the back, so we provide information about the site performance ratio, the inverter temperature, total power production. And you're able to then flex that over different granularities from over the last 24 hours, over the last 7 days, over the last 30 days. In addition to the monitoring, we provide forecasts. So we generate forecasts or we train a forecast model for the site using historical data and essentially using transfer learning from thousands of other sites of equivalent size and geography to be able to build these individualized tailored models that have generally high degree of accuracy, 94% or higher is our target. And this is how you can track for each of the inverters what that per asset forecast is. And then you can actually see the forecast curve, both forecast as well as actuals, to see the individual inverter performance. And then lastly, we provide the actual topography of the system. So you can see which inverters are performing, how much they're providing, where the electrons are being shuffled across the system. Then next, you also have a model observatory. So this is where you can actually see the trained models for this particular site, and we train new models once a week with the new data that comes in as we're capturing from the inverter. And this gives you a really clear perspective of the actual performance of the model. We only promote new models if they perform better than the past. And then lastly, we were able to generate daily energy at risk assessment reports that kind of summarize everything that you see on this dashboard, and it can be sent to whomever within the organization might need to see that. So you can see here we have some active alerts going on for both anomaly detection as well as for EAR assessment, and you can select the frequency and the day in which you deliver these new reports as you build them. And then also then you can export and download your prior history. So this has been an overview of our Asset Performance Hub. Again, this is a tool that O&M managers and asset owners can use to effectively execute preventative maintenance on their assets with a target of maximizing their performance ratios, which puts you in great position to participate on SOM or to participate in other electricity trading programs.